Hell yeah. What's happening, everybody? How are you? Happy time zones. Happy Wednesday. Apologies last night. You know, everything was going well and the streak was alive, and then anniversary supper coma took over and I fell asleep right here in my chair for a while. And then I woke up, and then wouldn't you know it, yeah, we missed stream. So, apologies, but I hope you are all doing excellent. I don't know why. Let's take a little peek here, shall we? The lighting, bro, I try. Lighting always gets the better of me for some strange reason. I don't know what it is. Let's, I mean, I don't want to be a gained out mess, but, I mean, let's see where that takes us, huh? Nova, pleasure to see you, Filbert, my guy. I was sure you were on. Dude, I was. I woke up, OBS was open, and I was just like, well, gee whiz. That failed in spectacular fashion, did it not? No, we're gonna get started with the cinematic, for real. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the thing. Handsome Dan, 3 years, man, 36 months, thank you. Prost. Here's to all of you. Hang on, give me 1 second. I absolutely was in the chair asleep. It was hilarious. I most certainly was. Yeah, man, I was out like a light. There's a little bit of extra light. Let's see if that does the trick. Yeah, I woke up, dude. Like, the food was just so damn good, man. I love me some just great home-cooked, authentic, like, Spanish food. Super yummy. Very, very good. It's an independent restaurant owned. There's a couple up. There's not a couple, so it's like the husband owns one in the town that I grew up in, and then about 15 minutes from there, I guess the whole family owns it, but the wife operates this other one further up towards us, and then there's like an even bigger one that just opened up where Bertucci's used to be that closed down, that I don't know if like the husband or wife is like the one that like operates it, but that's, it was super good, man. Very filling. I had like one Dos Equis and I was like, no, that's enough for me. I was like, that's much moss. It's much moss for me. Thanks. Let's get this lighting under control. It's a constant struggle. Yeah, we're a little shiny. It's all right. Philly! What's up, big dog? So yes, tonight we officially begin our ShadowBringers arc. Very, very excited for that. 1 month to go. For all of you that have been boogieing down on the demo, man, I hope it's been a good time, for real. That's us right there. Thanks, Reshade. Highlander men destined for the role of tank. Well, Silver, you're part right, because I started off as a Dragoon, and then I did Dark Knight, Dragoon, and then Reaper, and now Dark Knight. So you're like, I don't know, 1/3 correct on that. Yeah, dog, we're gonna fucking bring some shadows. I'm psyched on it. Very much psyched on it. Not to mention, our good friend Filbert here is one of the most resilient Lalafell tanks I have ever had the pleasure of dungeoning with, instancing with, if you will. No, because now I'm fucking orange. Like, what is... I don't know why OBS hates me. OBS is super crabby with me, and it makes things more difficult, and I wish it didn't, but it does. But here we are. Midlander girl started white mage, ended black mage, right on. When I had played 1.0, I started with black mage. Well, 1.0, and then when we got to A Realm Reborn, once it re-released, I started with the black mage. If you want a Lala tank, you're doing it wrong. You're doing something, for sure. Yes, we're going. So let's bring some shadows. As we've been playing A Realm Reborn in Heaven's Ward, we did as our Dragoon. Stormblood, we did as our Reaper. For all of Shadowbringers, we will do Dark Knight, and then once we get to Endwalker, we will return to Dragoon. So that's where we're at. Smaller target, higher evasion, its peak. It makes the most sense. It's the most logical reason. Whoa, why is everything so... Man, that was awfully choppy for some unknown reason. Strange. But how are you guys doing, man? What's going on? Week's halfway over. I'm psyched on it. I have half a day to work tomorrow because we're going to see Youngblood's new school. That should be a thing. And, yeah, man. Up, and away. Kindergartner Youngblood. Starting in the fall. Psyched on it. The Circus Trench. Circus. Circus. Don't cry. I won't cry. I've just got questions for teachers. That's all. Questions for staff, for sure. We'll meet the principal and assistant principal. Good news, Vance. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for the beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd have found had the Ironworks and Sons not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Then we'd better go and give them a hand. Sounds like tedious work, but not as tedious as waiting around, I suppose. We won't troll her. Is this that? No, it's not the charter school. I think we swung and missed with the charter school. Like, evidently, for charter schools, you gotta get in early. We weren't aware of this, so... No, it's legit, like, it's a school that's like a mile up the road from us. Shadow King, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see you, duder. Silver, thank you very much. I'm excited. I'm very excited. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner we can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. Also, join with me Oh, that's the new quest accepted jam? Alright. Ginger Lime Mule by Polar. If you're a Moscow Mule fan, which I'm not like a fan per se, but if you want something refreshing, and it's kind of like a lot, you know, ginger ale with some lime, but not sugary. Ginger Lime Mule. Here you go. Super good. Looking forward to... Oh, Shadow, you're going. Next 3 separate panels with Kondo-san. Hell yeah, dog. Ask some questions. Ask them questions. Is anybody else going? Anybody else here currently that may be going? Let's take the car. I don't think I can use that one, so. Renar, what's up, dude? How are you? Oh, you're gonna be there too? Right on. Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to the... Okay, it's gonna be one of 2 things. All right, hear me out. We're either gonna get an announcement that we're getting Daybreak 2, like early next year, like March of next year, or Top Rope lights out. It's gonna be Sky Trilogy is getting a modern port. That's what's gonna happen. Already getting my schedule set up for quite a few panel overlaps. Right on. That's one of those two things. Aside from, like, I know they're gonna be talking about Kai, but excuse me, it's gonna be one of those things for sure. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and swiftest way to get there is by boat. Run out of flying cars, sir. I have one of those. Damn, listen to that tune. They won't talk about Kai? I mean, yeah, exactly, unless someone asks Kondo. For sure. Unless they announce, dude, how about that? They just do Daybreak 2 and Kai 2025. Golly. That, yeah, that would be incredibly wild. That would be like Rosebud in the shorts, like, oh.
Look how many people there are. Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour.
Yo.
Maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Biggs! Wedge!
Hey.
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
So this is like, I guess more or less like beneath the Crystal Tower.
Out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
Like this is the
And get
foundation
stuck
of the Crystal
halfway?
Tower.
No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there?
It's changing your luck like you thought we would, bro.
Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
What? Come
All
on.
right.
What's happening?
Poor Tataru.
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
Very bright. Okay, we're going crystal hopping, right? That's what we're doing. We're going to the upside down. Nope, it's supposed to look like that. I thought it was reshade. Nope, it's because we're...
The dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Bear me with you.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Just a bit outside. Who is that in the crystal? I can't tell. Oh, is it Minfilia? Sure, look. Yeah, it definitely
Your
is.
time has not yet come.
Or Heidelin, whatever you want to call her at this point in time. Is this Ardbert? Everything is so bright. Holy mackerel. Take me to the Crystarium.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
This dude's gonna lose his mind. He's gonna be like, "Who are you?"
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler himself. What brings you into the wilds this time
Dude
of
is
night?
getting lifted. Some funny clothes you've got on there, mate.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk yet, he'd reply.
So the Upside Down is Alaska, basically. Alera, what's up, bud? How are you? We're finally ShadowBringing it.
Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
Take a rip off the bottle? Good. Good me saying no thanks. They was alright, felt tired, took a nap.
I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around.
So they still use the same unit of measurement.
Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Dude, Phil, you jinxed it. And then I forgot, dude. We didn't watch the intro video. I'm a dummy. Should have said so again. It's my bad.
To dizzying heights it rises. The gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light. The pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Let's go! So, Alera, we watched it the other night to end stream, and the plan was to watch it to start stream, and then just Phil reminded me, and then I spaced it right after he reminded me. I attribute it to the hype. That's gotta be it. DC, what's up, my man? Oh, I can't use mounts either. I really have to do the Shoelace Express? All right. We're officially bringing shadows. I'm gonna try, dude, Storm, I'm gonna try and open the gate. You're in like a solo instance right now, so no mounts? Okay. Yo comprendo. It begins tomorrow? DC, what begins tomorrow? Is this something I should know? Probably. God damn, is it saucy.
Halt!
Hello, bunny lady.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not.
Are you related to Peter Cottontail?
This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail?
Oh, yeah, man. My bad. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But yeah, game one, finally. Poor Zingis. Dude, I hope they just don't push him, man. I'm sure he wants to play, but his presser yesterday didn't sound very confident.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
I had no correct answer, I don't think. Okay! Oof. Oof. Reshade.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand. Ring and all.
Bro, I might go reshade off. Like, that looks good, but I hate seeing the friggin' borders. I think we're gonna go reshadeless. But goddamn.
Everything all right, Captain?
Ah! There he is!
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort him to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known.
So gang's all here.
Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Okay, we're total strangers. You were doing your job.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Roger that. It was a nice little, like, your starting city. Being the option.
Right then. Before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons. I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Are the other Scions here? Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused? Friends first.
That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
Bro, just tell me if my friends are here or not.
The glaring skies up above.
Are they in this crystal shard somewhere? Could at least tell us that.
The world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the First from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. And though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the First, you would bring salvation to the Source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
I mean, I can keep reshade on. I probably just have to adjust the contrast or the gain. Yeah, because if nothing else, it's just the gain that's super bright, and this song is dope.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Norvrant, the Crystarium. It's beautiful. I know Rishi doesn't play well with some of the weather and lighting in this expansion. All right, then we'll just, I mean, I'll try to make like one, maybe we'll just go without. I might be able to do the trick. All right, so let's just do a quick comparison. Off on colorfulness. Off. I think that might be tolerable. Or we just turn... Let's go with that and see how that works. And if it, you know, if it's a pain in the butt, then yeah, we'll just shut it off. I just tend to like the base shading itself. I mean, look at the sky. I mean, that's more tolerable, because, like, even before, it was just, like, plain old washed out. Well, what does it look like with it off? Yeah, I think I like that better. Yeah, we're gonna rock it. Yeah, we're going without reshade. Sorry, reshade. You've been great up until now. I'll get re-used to you, for sure. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Oh, it just looks so washed out now, though. Just so accustomed. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you to first gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. Sure do. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience in which I'm sure you're only too familiar. Being the rightful object of a summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. Time to get lost, have fun, bring the pain. After you have done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive at the Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catalyst, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him in his Cabinet of Curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps, take the exit on the left, and simply continue straight along and down until you find the large doors at the end of the path. Bro, this is like my wife telling me, like, what we're gonna do, and it's just like, tell me the end first, and then, like, then tell me the beginning, middle, stuff like that. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you have access to the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. It's like, babe, just tell me the end, and then we'll just Tarantino it. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Yeah, this is like Menu Blade Chronicles. Crystal clear. Nothing tops Ul'dah in terms of confusion. I would agree. There in Limsa. Limsa for me was... the up and down was all over the road. Ha! Very good. I concede the layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware to the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. Alright. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. Alright, well. Yeah, I'll take 2. Alright, well. 'Tis what it is, right? Never taking it off, never. So here first. I love this tune. I could listen to this all day. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. By focusing your senses, you detect the flow of vastly distinct currents of ether. Your connection to these energies is faint but stable and should allow teleportation to Aetherites in the source. Alright, well. Set as home point, for sure. And a favorite destination. Xeno question, how does Dixon keep his white pants so clean? It's because he's an asshole. Because he's a fucking asshole. Dixon. He probably has one of those shout pens. Huh? Alright, I found a shard. We're doing okay so far. Alright, but now let's see. I mean, no, there can't be. I gotta go. That one's gotta be Uptown Funk, right? Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna. Or do I just keep going down? I see one that says go down. Let's go down. I'm not following the Crystal Exarch's immediate path, but. Second question, who uses more conditioner, Charlotte or Dunban? I'm gonna say Dunban. Grumpy, my man, 34 months, thank you, bro. We're on our way. Is this more palatable for you? Shit, no. Now we have to go up? Okay, yeah, we're definitely getting lost. Unless this is an elevator, which would be wildly convenient. We're bringing shadows. How are you, bro? Happy Wednesday. Oh, okay. Go up the stairs. Yeah, we're 1 month. Nope. Not there. No. Oh, okay. Here's one. Found one. We found Morin. Excuse me, sir. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and, well... What I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll, even? Scrap of scribbled-on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as profession. Librarian Morin at your service. In this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manners of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Well, I don't know about happy, but it's one day closer. One day done, closer to the weekend and daybreak. 30 days out. We're there. We're almost there. By the way, my off-the-top rope prediction is that Daybreak 2 comes out this year. Fuck a doodle. Dude. Bro, I don't know if I have that much more countdown in me. I mean, I have just now, well, circa, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, really gotten to really branch out, you know, with my countdowns, but I don't know if I can handle it this year. That would be some shit. I mean, that's a person high on opium. Dude, he said off the top row prediction, okay? Can we just encourage it a little bit? Oh, so you've an interest in modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment, and I'll fetch it for you. Wonder if they're working on Xenoblade X2. Alma's story needs finishing. I still need to play X, period. I encourage it as much as I encourage Naida being canon. Bro, Naida is canon until it's not confirmed canon. In that case, tinfoil hat. Mm-hmm. We'll keep with the tinfoil hat. How long ago did Daybreak 2 release? Was it like last September? And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself more comfortable. On with the lesson then. A 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. Excuse me. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leave naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yet just when it seemed that all would be lost, the Savior appeared before us, the Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Novrant, and Novrant alone spared the fate of Erasure. I love that we're like legit like looking at photos in what I would deem to be like an old book, you know what I mean? Pretty nice to go along with the wording. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness, descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate. In their fulgent presence stole the night from Norvrent sky. They're talking very Urianger-esque. Even now they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungrier for our flesh. Super fucking good is right, dude. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Your exchange with Morin has taught you about the flood of light. Bro, I was friends with one of my librarians, like the 7th grade, Mrs. Marsh. She was a nice lady. Everybody thought she was a bitch, but she did water aerobics with my grandmother. So, you know, she was cool. I was cool there, for sure. The Trivium? Trivium's a good band. Put your nose in books long enough, your vernacular changes for sure. All right, so now we're gonna go up the stairs. We got that. I want to make sure I do my best to get all of the things, you know? Fuck, man. Everything looks so much sharper. I'll just take colorfulness off, because I like how everything is sharpened. I mean, I wonder if that's the person I just went and saw. What a sight to behold. Nah, I don't know. Here's that getting lost part Phil was razzing me about. Perfect. Let's go back this way then. I mean, sure, I can just jump down there, but... No. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, so that's one we found down below. Okay, I think we're kind of doing all right. Hey, all right. Catless. Hey! Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. Oh. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin-Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized, too. Thanks to us in the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll be handed to you on a plate like those Yulmorin layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor, you don't have that whiff of indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? Where the Exarch is. One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing from out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. In the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city has stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might have been hiding. If you've ought to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. I can do it now. I'm proficient in blacksmithing. Not all the way, but we're up there. Just ask for Catlas, and I'll find you a niche in the crystalline mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Your exchange with Catlas has taught you about life in the Crystarium. No, can't get healed up now. All right, that's fine. All right, so now we need to go back this way. Okay, so now we gotta... Okay, so it says we have to go down, but I don't think we have to go down. Wonder if I gotta go up to get down. Unless... Right, these are the stairs we took. And didn't we go that way already? Unless that's beneath us? Ricky! Oh, we get a summoning... I probably can't use a summoning bell yet. Oh! Ethernet shard. Okay, good. Well, we got this one. So we've got this one, and then the one down below me, I wonder if that's the one I already... No, because it's like out there, huh? Oh, and I can't even take the jump. I'm in danger. Run away. Hefe, what's good, my guy? Well, I guess let's go upstairs, maybe. But the Tonberry is your... Oh, hey, another Ethernet shard. I mean, your Tonberry might be my friend. Unless he just gets ornery and tries to friggin' take my kidneys out. You know. Alright, so there's that one. Yep, Cabinet of Curiosity, got that one. Crystalline Mean, got it. Crystalline Mean, yeah. The Rookery? I don't know if we got the I feel like maybe we got the Rookery. You're starting this after Xenoblade 3, which is after Daybreak, which is after Xenoblade 2, right, Jeff? Holy mackerel. That's a yes. Yes. Yeah. It's a big old yeah. It's a big yeah. You can tell which ones you got by using the Ethernet menu. If you can warp to it, you got it right. I'm just trying my best to go by memory, just looking at them. Rebirth, if anything, after Trails Timber and Xenoblade 2. Boo! Do Xenoblade 3. Okay, cool. So we still have to get the... Okay, well, maybe we just go straight forward. And this might be taking us towards where we need to go, anywho. Piece of shit out of me, dude. I see one there. Let's get it. Alright, so the pendants. And then I would just need musical universalist markets. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm dumb. Because that's what I'm at. So the pendants. We're just gonna go straight ahead then? Yeah, let's just try and get fast travel buttoned up here. This way? Oh, do I see it down there? Boy, howdy. All right. Then we carry on, my wayward son. Eh, did it. Maybe I'll throw Xenoblade X into the mix somewhere next year, too. Hell yeah. But do Xenoblade 3 first. One humble man's opinion. Although I've never played X, which I need to, but 3 and Future Redeemed are fucking goated, dog, I'm telling you. New to the city, friend? Spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Welcome, my name is Braggy, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. Gotta figure out how to capture the gamepad first. Talk to Philly. Philly's had it up and running. He said he watched a video on YouTube. Unless you're gonna play it on the Wii U itself. He's not streaming though. Yeah. I'm sure that could be a good jump off point though. But let's worry about that later. Just start with Xenoblade 3. Perfect. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for humans such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. Aye? Something wrong? Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one's a human, like you. And the taller one's an elf. That sturdy individual over there is a Galgant? Whilst the one with the horns is a Drawn. And then you have the large, scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zoom. I'm like, huh? Which is apparently not the name you know him by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Oh, the same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they've floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language, or my own, or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Your exchange with Braggy has taught you about the peoples of the First. I have enough on my backlog to get me by, I think? Oh yeah, for sure. Do you have it, like, ironed out what you're doing after Trails Timber? Wait, and so I mustn't have gotten this one. So hang on. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna start getting halfway decent XP now, too. Torna, Rebirth, and then I'm up in the air. Might do something retro. Gotcha. Yeah, so we already got this one. Somehow. Did I come at it from... I just don't remember getting that one. DC, am I doing E-Sex? I am not. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people? Oh, that was for Jeff. Okay, sorry. Uno. Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is in fact the self-same one you know from the source, transported to the First in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. I'm thinking my Dark Knight's already good to go. Oh yeah, dude, that was some good XP right there. Hallelujah. Yeah, so all these treasure coffers are just gonna basically be for... Holy shit, man. Guess we'll use it. I just kind of want to see what it looks like. Deep Gold Claymore. It looks kind of nice, but... Yeah, so deep gold. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not my Dark Knight gear, that's for sure. Yeah, excellent XP, good. To the frickin' moon, please. Use it all and turn it all in. This one I don't think I can use. Why do I feel like there was one earlier that I couldn't? I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess. Alright, well, at least now they're all used. Stay Roth, what's good, dude? X is pretty early, but I don't have the East timeline memorized. It's after East 2, so his third journey. Oh, really? So Nordics is his third journey. Yeah, the timeline, just because I know little to nothing about East. Yeah, like the whole timeline, it would probably be like a college course for me to try and learn. How's it going, dude? Oh, now we're gonna get our pantalones. You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower and reorganize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. The tower gate lies open then? Whoa, just like that then. Graratia! Graratia, is it? I am not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? Oh, come on! He's yanking our friggin' chain! That's who it is! An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit the mystery another time. For now, I think it best we focus on the present. Bro, you're not fooling anybody. We did the Crystal Tower. We know who you are. And by we, I mean me. And by we, I mean you that have played this. Not much, been chilling. Good to hear, man. What you been playing lately? Oi, let him in.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard.
Right on. He just doesn't trust people here? Or it would probably, like, spook him? I don't know. Nice room, yeah, dude. Right now it's Bravely Default. I've been playing. It's pretty good. Good to hear. I heard through the grapevine, Bravely Default 2 is... And I haven't played either, but just from what I've heard from buds that have played the first and the second, they said the second was really good, too. Zach, what's good? You helped me fall into a deep food coma last evening as I was watching you play Nayuda. I'll have you know. Yeah, my friend's a huge fan of the series. He told me the same. Right on. Cool.
I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
I've heard second is really good. I'm still in the plastic on my shelf. Or it's still. My bad.
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow Scions.
Sure am.
To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted.
So it's like Interstellar.
That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence. And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time. As for your companions, however, Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5. Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year.
Good, so they're reunited. Hopefully.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well.
So, like... we could have, like, literally spared the rest of our friends, but he was just like, you know what? I'm not quitting. He goes, I'm gonna get it right one of these times.
As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Yeah, he was literally ripping off Gotcha. Yeah, 6 times the charm. We got it, man. We got there. Then find a way to send them back? What have they been doing all this time? So Thancred's been here for 5. Urianger, Y'shtola have been here for 3. And then how many had... nope. Sorry, hang on. There we go. Alphino and Alizé have lived the first... okay, so Alphino and Alizé have been here for a year. Y'shtola and Urianger for 3. Thancred for 5. Okay.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source.
Is that a good thing?
This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes.
Oh, shit.
Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
Okay.
Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips.
Okay.
I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
Like, what other choice do we have? Although, unless he's not bullshitting us, it's not Graratia. I think it is. Maybe he was just like, I just couldn't tell you right off the rip, bro. Gotta leave a little bit of suspense for the moment. But I'll see you keep that promise. For want of a better choice, but I'll see you keep that promise. I like that answer.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Could have helped me around earlier to meet all your friends. You're like, hey, go get lost on your own, Chief. Okay. Thanks, bub. Appreciate it. All right, hold on. I gotta go break the seal, and then we'll keep on keeping on. BRB. Aye, aye. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available as the at the Pendants, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. Let's go back to that, please. So, I should be able to fast travel to the Pendants, right? We can cheat now. Nope. Bar.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
Thank goodness. Exchange rates around the universe have got to be crazy.
It was all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Ah, tomes! Right on. Tomes, get your tomes here. Actually, that's an iPhone cover. Looks just like an iPhone cover. All right. He's like, God damn it. Apple got you guys too?
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world. A Van Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
We have our own. Yo! Okay, I kind of remember her.
My dear Feo Ool, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
As a scholar, can you turn your familiar into her? Or is that who it is?
From beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift. How wonderfully exciting. What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did. You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
Trails, what's happening, compadre?
But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Sure did. We got our very own Julia Roberts from Hook, and she was a fucking smoke as Tinkerbell, and I won't hear otherwise.
Just as I thought. Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand.
I'm a lefty, so we'll do this. Thanks, gang.
'Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap a message to your friends in the Source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Consider it done.
Tataru first, for sure. Oh, she's out and about.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Hey, Crash, how are you, man? Yeah, clap louder, Peter. He's like, oh my god, I killed her. Yo, thank you very much, Trails. We finally made it. We finally made it. As a result of your pact with Feo Ul, you now have access to delivery moogles, market boards, and summoning bells while on the first. Very neat. Very neat. I mean, do we just hoof it? Are we hoofing it the right way? Boy, howdy, we made it. Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay, to make use as you see fit. When you're ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray, rest, and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the Ocular anon. I believe that covers all of the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Vance. We are denied the comforting blankets of night, but many peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. If we have some blackout curtains, or like I experienced in Italy, you have like these shutters that go over the windows and the room is black. You can't even see your own hand in front of your face. That was one of the best sleeps I ever had. A pleasure to meet you, sir. Welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready if you'd care to retire. Throw open the gates. We did it. Kind of. Kind of, sort of. There he is!
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the Source. What? Did you just... You can hear me? How long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the Source. A daft one, looking back. If you recall my tale, It was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor.
If there's one thing that can be said about the Ascians is that they have a fucking silver tongue, bro. Because absolutely everybody that has talked to an Ascian outside of like ourselves and other Scions are like, yeah, man, we'll trust you. We take your word for it. Thanks.
I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia. How she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness. Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? $100 years. 100 long years.
So 100 years here, right? In the source? Or the first, rather, excuse me. We're from the source. Okay. And hold on, I know this is a super fucking...
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear.
100 years since we saw them at the end of Heaven's Ward. Right, and they said that for every hour we're... a year here is an hour... An hour? Was it an hour at home? I'm just going to call it home. I don't remember exactly what he said. There's no hard equivalency. Okay. So that was just like a rough guesstimate. Gotcha.
I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that? You were summoned to save the First. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light.
So none of the other Warriors of Darkness made it?
Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Damn, it's brutal. back to the ocular. Kind of a shitty penance he has to pay, evidently. All his homies are gone, and he's got to stay. For some unknown reason.
How did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest?
Is it just me, or is the voice, like the voice level's a bit low? Maybe my ears are just playing tricks on me, but I feel like it's like Heaven's Ward, we had some lighting issues, but maybe it's just me, but the voice acting sounds like it's down just a scotch, like the voice levels. I could just be nuts.
That is good to hear. Should you want for anything, pray let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts.
There's some mixing issues with speech? Okay.
This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light.
Yeah, he seems quite a bit more quiet.
In the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calicia or Armarang? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount. Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters.
So he's a merc.
Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Trousers. 500,000 XP. Thank you. Woo. Golly, that's spicy. Alright, so now let's go down here. It's got to be under, is it system config? Yeah. Sound effects, voice. Oh, so voice is already fucking to the moon, man. Alright, well, there's nothing I can do then. It's kind of a bummer. Huh. Alright, well. Alphino first, he's our boy. You will visit Alphino and Calusia then. Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. So the quest split here is as tradition. I feel like going Alphino first makes things flow a little better. Good, because that's where we're going anywho. He's our boy. We've known him longer. You know, I'm partial. Love them both, but, you know. Here is a letter of introduction. Presented to Sem Genmai, the master of beasts in Temenos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Oh, okay, so we take both. Gotcha. Ready to depart for Armoreng, Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She, impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. Alligator not, I get it, for sure. It's all love, all the way around. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Kassad, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him in the Amaro launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go Alphino first. So go to the Rookery. Rookery, get me out of here. Oh, we'll go that way. How do I get out, mister? You better let me out of here, mister. My dad's gonna kick your ass. Oh, shit. What's that? Nuts to you? What is that? Shit. Is that a dungeon? Oh, hunt unlock? Okay, cool. Then we'll do without. Go do it? Mother of Pearl. I was gonna say, all right, well, we're not gonna do it. Oh, you're that, yeah, him, aren't you? Aldor's been asking after you. You know Aldor, aye? Clumsy, nutsy man. If you're keen to hunt the deadliest marks of the biggest bounties, then you might want to seek him out. You'd find him by the board in the Rookery, though. Yeah, if I were you, I'd stand clear of the holy, nasty business. Bad for one's health, it is. I mean, I guess we're going to the Rookery anyway, so... To the Rookery, my good man. Hodor. Could it be the esteemed warrior himself? Well met, sir, well met. You are a very hard man to track down by all accounts. Yet here you are in the flesh. How very blessed I am to make your acquaintance. I'm Aldor of Clan Nutsy. Perhaps you have heard of us. We have certainly heard of you, I can tell you that. A fighter through and through. Oh, come right to it. Interested in joining the clan? Apologies. Only a fool would sign up without knowing what we're about, and you're no fool, I can see that. The clan is how shall I put it? An association of adventurous souls who can make a living hunting certain noble fiends. Marks as we are wont to call them. Surely you're familiar with the concept? Northrend is home to a myriad living creatures, many of which pose a threat to their good people. Thus did the Exarch, at least I think it was him, in this boundless wisdom, call upon the settlement council to develop a framework that would encourage motivated hunters to dispatch these menaces. To wit, ye brave souls who slays Mark shall receive due compensation. Not at all a bad arrangement, eh? If you've mind to reap the benefits, speak with Zyle over there. She'll record your name in the ledger and see you registered as a clan member. I help you, sir? At the urging of Haldor, was it? I see. You are plainly more than capable of acquitting yourself well enough in battle. So, I have no grounds to refuse you. I hereby accept your application to join Clan Nutsy. Check the board for the latest bills. The tougher the mark, the better the reward. Hunt what you like or nothing at all. However, you may only undertake hunts designated appropriate for a member of your current status, a novice. The clan is disinclined to allow unproven hunters to commit suicide by mark. Once you have achieved a sufficient measure of success, you'll be permitted to pursue more dangerous fiends. Do try not to die before then. Right on. Clan Nutsy. As a new member of Clan Nutsy, you are permitted to take bills for one nut clan marks in the clan hunt board. So we're all a bunch of Lance Armstrongs. Right on. Defeat the monsters described on the bills and you will be rewarded with tokens that can be exchanged for exclusive items. Right on. To exchange tokens for exclusive items, speak with either Xyle in the Crystarium or Ilfroy in Yulmore. New quests in 2-nut clan mark bills. Dude, I'm just such an adolescent brain fucking 38-year-old. They'll become available from Haldor in the Crystarium upon reaching level 73. Dope, so we've got it already. 2 nuts! There's like 4 of these, you can just click through them? Okay. I mean, nut jokes are always going to be hilarious, but we got to get to getting. Shit, what do we have to be, 75? 76. All right, well, we've got that much. The nuts board. All right. Well, good shit anywho. Oh yeah, good call. We'll go Dragoon. Yeah, dude. Oh, so now we're... Pick your bills up from the board? All right. So do I just take all 5? You've accepted, oh, okay. Oh, you just grab the tier. Gotcha. All right. Well, we got him, so. Now we, ooh, wrong way. Gives a decent chunk of XP and nuts. Bro, good, we need them. Gotta get our nuts, fam. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an Amaro for passage to Calusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. Chocobo, do you hail from one of the Northern's more isolated settlements, perchance? I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. But here in the Crystarium, mounts like that grave fellow there are far more commonly used. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding Amaro, I think it best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name could do it, but of course, but the Exarch sent you to me, ensuring that you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. Oh, so, oh, okay, so now this is gonna be like I choose one or the other, right? You want to fly tomorrow to Calusia? Well, I suppose if Master Genmai is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mount shortly. You could theoretically advance both at the same time, but that sounds awful. Sure does. I'll just do one at a time. You can now travel to Calusia. Speak with the aspiring Amaro tamer to fly to the island. You can also use your ether compass to assist with locating ether currents. In new regions, the ether compass can be found under... Okay. So, now that we're in Shadowbringers, it goes back to not being, like, super easy, right?
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music.
Oh, Endwalker's unnerved. Okay, cool.
Coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
That's where the fat dude lives, right? And by the time you get there, it'll probably be nerfed since Dawn Trail's out. Ah, good call. That'd be swell. We've arrived. This is Crackshell Beach on the eastern coast in Calusia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater's attack far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. It's kind of got a gold saucer vibe to it. Spy you that city in the distance? Shoot. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the Abominations. For years, the Yulmore elite have fancied themselves masters of what remains of our broken world. They've gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection if we bend the knee. But to say their ideas are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority. And while we are not at war, our relationship with Yulmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay there, especially in the vicinity of the city. I'm glad we understand each other. Now the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Whew, 75. We're rocking and rolling. Because I'm loving it, loving it. Yeah, yeah, dude. I mean, we're probably gonna go up that way anywho. If you head south along the coast, you'll eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, and it goes by the name of Iba. Iba keeps an eye on everything that happens in Calusia, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme, and that will let him know you can be trusted. Yeah, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you're ready to return. Alright, let's go kill some shit first, huh? Dude, what a fucking battle jam. And this is just for every... Like, these are just for, like, schlubs. No big deal. Double spinning edge! Double spinning edge! Double spinning edge! It's basically what that was. Mustache. Come on, not so Nimbus Cloud, get up there. That's brisk, baby. What you after, fish? Crab? I think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere, if you've a taste for him. We're going southern drawl with this guy. Oh, do I love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is it I can do for you? Can't say as there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Alpha now, eh? Yeah, I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Mulemore's richer than all of Novert put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. But it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Well, whatever. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. Now, I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern and the locals called the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see that Alphino joins you. Right on. Leaky Keel? Oh, we're going so slow. This is painful. Come on, bro, you can get up the hill. Leaky Keel is a top-tier fishing tavern name. I would have drinks there. I keep trying to fly. Dude, like super slow. Like uber slow. I almost feel like sprinting on like the Shoelace Express is faster. And that hurts. Well, can I? No, I don't want to. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing any. Not doing any. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Inside? Oh, yeah, sure is. This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having? Ale. A fine choice. What'll you be paying with? Well now, those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? Sorry dear, I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging for one of them from the neighbors, so we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. But I thought everybody used Gil. Oh, here's an idea. There's a common to the north here. We grow our own vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful for me of sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. That's me too. Do that for me and you can laze about here as long as you like. All right. We'll exterminate for beer. We'll exterminate for beer. No problemo. Is it the same thing as in Stormblood where like the quests will pretty much bring you to the ether currents? Oh damn, way south? I won't get sidetracked by those now. I think so. I didn't do much yet. Okay. But on quest did lead right to... Okay. Kill them. Kill them all. Yeah, Trails, it's a super banger, dude. And it's just like your run-of-the-mill battle theme. Like, oh. Just makes me want to know how much harder, like, the OST goes. Dude, I do recall there's a tune in that, like, underwater city that was, like, really good. Really, really good. Keep knocking. Somebody's gonna answer eventually. Excuse me. You hear a faint squeaking from beyond the room. From the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. As a whole, the production value shot up in ShadowBringers, music, voice work, writing, all through the roof. Dope. And that's crazy. And I know I do it often. It's just because I just hold it in such high regard, dude. But, like, Heaven's Ward's writing was just holy shit good, man. So if the writing surpasses that, like, I'm sounding a pound, dude. Like, we're good. Replaying it, you could feel the Age Heaven's Ward remaster when? Whenever. Now then. What's the new WWF or WWE slogan? It's like now, then, together, forever. Just now, now. Heavensward. Sounds like a pretty good slogan. I like it. I thought it sounded pretty neat. Welcome back, dear. What did the good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? Gone? Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gate Town, outside Yulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind at all. Take a seat where you'd like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. That's what's up. Give me the glowy blue stuff.
And how is business today,
Yeah,
Mr.
it's
Sever?
him! There he is! I can tell the voice immediately.
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
How did we not hear his voice immediately and be like, yo? Yeah!
'Tis good to see you, my friend.
Just a casual, hey man, what's up? How you been?
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
Yeah, Phil, exactly. Super casual.
Ralphino, you really are a dear.
Like, no big thing.
Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in.
Lost you to a crystal
Keep an eye on the
coma.
place while
No
I'm out,
biggie.
eh?
Good to see you.
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well. Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
How dare you fall into a coma? You selfish son of a bitch. Shame on you. Yeah, you're right. My bad, sis.
I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
We sent Feul. We're good.
It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
Ooh, some fried rice.
Which can only mean one thing.
Yes, please.
Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch,
we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
Absolutely. Jin. Let's go.
And so we take to the road once more.
Gaul was shaking, fam. Gaul, try again, because there's just there's a bit of a cooldown for the bot. Might boot up Daybreak demo in a minute. Enjoy, dude. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. Let's see if it Try using that link, Gaul. See if that works. Maybe it glitched and I'm capped on tickets. No, you only have 5. I just checked, literally. Boom, bang, pow. Top 5, top 4. Yeah, give that a try, Gaul. See if that works, because you can get them manually. Phil out here flexing on them. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west and then cross a small bridge. Bum, 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 bum. I'd rather have none, but I can't gamble away now. It's very true. It was ruined. Ruined for everyone. It's all gone, Gaul. It's all gone. Somebody ruined it for everybody. Yep, chaos happened and we got rid of all of it. It's all gone. It's no more. No moss. All it takes is one. That's it. We had sound alerts at one point. Somebody fucking ruined it. Gambling's the ultimate form of chaos, yeah. And especially when you're playing, like, you know what I mean? You're just playing with mirror. It's just literally fake house money. It's like, it's even more fun because it's like, I mean, you win, awesome. If you lose, it's all right. You didn't really lose anything. Calusia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No! Get away from me! Over there! Quickly, someone's in trouble! . 'Cause, 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 ' Has my face on it, not the Pope. Imagine. Yo, Jeff, thank you very much for the raid, man. How are you? Welcome in, Raiders. I hope all is well with you and yours. Pleasure to have you. Thank you very, very much, Jeff. Appreciate it. How's your stream, bud? A Link to the Past, right on. How'd that go? Are you playing El Natural, or are you doing like a randomizer? I don't know if you're into the randomizer game. I feel like you are. Randomizer, of course. All right, cool. Oh shit. Oh, thank the fates! Look out! All right, got your tickets? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. My Philips light stopped working, so I stopped stream to figure out why. Maybe a little short or something like that. Yep, Gall, you got your 9er. I see it. 9. Philly rocking 33. Golly, bro. It doesn't work for me because I took myself out. Hey, Drunk Future Self, thank you so much for the follow, bud. Welcome to Britopia. Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for being here with us. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you all right, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew that there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate would be far safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again, you saved my life. Now I'm sure a strapping lad like you has little to fear. But I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. Tis as the lady says. Many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few within the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, have you been told of these monsters? I have heard of these Sin Eaters. A brief history then. 'Twas not long after the flood swallowed the better part of the world that the Sin Eaters first appeared, some beastly, some beauteous. Yet regardless of their form, all seem incapable of speech, and are all driven by the same insatiable appetite for mortal ether. They are predators, and we are their prey. Calusia suffers from far fewer attacks than most regions, but even so, the list of Sin Eaters' victims grows longer by the day, a tragedy without end. Still, we have won a small victory this time at least. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Voice acting's always so good, dude. The voice actors in this game are phenomenal. And I'm glad that we got new voice actors from like a Realm Reborn. Because in comparison, a Realm Reborn voice actors, not excellent. But then again, better than nothing, right? You know? Much better than nothing. We'll take our bed because we're tired. Oh, stop. What is this thing, bro? Germinant. It's a German ant. German ant. No. Germinant. Jesus Christ, dude. Look at the teeth on those bad Larrys. And scene. Go up to the road, huh? Actually, you know what? No, I lied. Let's tussle. I said good day. We're just killing stuff for Vala, bro. Because that's what we need.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
It's like a shanty town.
I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh?
Hello, Poppy.
I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
Dude, I'm not showing you my wiener. You're weird.
He's not here to compete. Leave him be.
What? I was only making conversation.
He's trying to be sassy.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Bro, that reminds me of what were the 2 jesters from Final Fantasy IX? And I'm pretty sure this is like the exact same theme.
Hopeful petitioners, one and all, Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine.
Zorn and Thorn, yeah.
We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee.
I feel like this is the same exact tune as well.
Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Fish, is it? Ha!
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
So fucked up, man.
be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for?
Give me the cue, check 1, 2.
An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident.
Was it a white peach?
For you.
Ah, oh,
enjoy.
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well.
Okay, so we each get like
Many here rely on it to survive
bread
in these
roll.
times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
But wait a minute. I don't know, because we didn't, like, Lise didn't hit the deck, I don't think. I mean, of course, I'm just going to associate every blonde-haired, like, well, what looks to be a protagonist. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be Lise. You know what I mean? Hey there, big guy. Boy, howdy. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come at naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I have tried to propose the ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now. I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Well, alright. We've got some yummy, yummy, yummy bread. We've got some yummy, yummy, yummy bread.
Still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Yulmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch the sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gatetown's not much to look at, but at least it's safe. And the meal was the best thing I've ever tasted.
Okay, so evidently the bread's good. It's like the equivalent of a Texas Roadhouse roll with some cinnamon butter, maybe? Maybe. Squished my guy, my bad. Excuse me. A large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks, meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. Excuse me, all right. Preoccupied petticoat. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of life that waits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Oh, you know what? This reminds me. I'm gonna call it right now. Summer Games Fest, we'll hear that Final Fantasy 16 is coming to PC by year's end. And the demo will be available in, like, August. How's that? I'll just throw that one out there. I don't know why. It's probably just because I fired up Torgal, but... Yeah, they'll announce the PC port is coming, you know... I don't know, October, November-ish. And the demo will be available, like, the month prior. So maybe not demo in August, maybe or whenever it would be. Yeah, I don't know why I just thought of it all of a sudden, but yeah, I'll throw my hat in the ring for that. You've seen what Gatetown has to offer. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They've become dependent on handouts of Meol and believe Yulmore's the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwillingly, nay, unable to conceive of any other way of life. Dude, the globs of XP we get, oh, it's nice. 500,000 per quest. "'Tis difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is the uncertainty which makes me feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters, however unjust the system seems to be. If these people claim to be content with their lot, it is hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Yulmore's largesse, Legis are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gatetown, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and unattended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I am not convinced that Yulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Calusia's people. I am not so naive as to think that there is some miraculous solution to all of this. Yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen have rejoiced to being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Yulmore's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Vance. I have been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city. If all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There's a beast tribe who makes its home in the sea surrounding the island. The Ondu, they are called, though you and I know them as Sahagin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tataru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondu are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Yulmoran lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. Hey, he learned! My appointment with the Ondu is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Let's go get some corn, some fruits. Excellent. I shall be glad of your company. First things first then, we must pay a visit to Moshamoa, my supplier in right. Come, it is just to the northwest of here. Who are you, Blue, spying on us? I saw I saw little faint blue hair. You know, I want to try something. Come to Solitude, kill one mob in the Fate, and then keep doing MSQ. It was you? Are you spying, you rascal? Wait, where the hell are you? Oh, up here. Okay, my bad. Hang on. Control. Oh, no, that's not where I meant to go. My bad. Hang on. I'll kill two, because I aggroed a couple. I don't know why I went that way, but we did. Hey, Ghost, how are you, man? What's going on? Happy Wednesday. Hope all is going well, bud. Oh, bro, you know what? That horned lizard, that's, what's his name from the Magic School Bus? Whoa, dude, I got something for it, Phil. I got a lot of XP for it, that's for sure. Bicolored gemstones? Fates in certain areas offer bicolored gems as rewards. They can be exchanged with gemstone traders for rare items, some of which can only be obtained via these vendors. Completing fates in these areas with the highest rating possible will increase your rank, which allows the local gemstone trader to offer a wider selection. Okay. To progress in each applicable area, select shared fate from travel in the menu. You do 6 fates in each zone and you can buy the riding map. Oh, okay. Trader for it in this one is locked till later in the expansion though. Oh, all right. But good to know. So you have to do 6 in every area. And this is probably a stupid follow-up question, but what's the riding map? There's something in my eye. Dude, it's supposed to dump buckets tonight and tomorrow, which is awesome because it means it'll knock down damn near all of the pollen. Oh, faster ground. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Dude, Indomitable, you want to come take this frog machine on with me? We can do it, can't we? Think we can do it? You and me? Come on. You and me, Big Hoss, we can do it. Wait, Indomitable is the rare fate? Or the right stuff? Never mind. All right. I mean, you want to take them on with me, or that's fine. The fate is on the upper level. That's just the. Oh, okay. There's a rare fate there. There's a big version of that. Oh, all right. That fate sucks balls. Right on. Oh, dude, we're gonna clap this thing's cheeks easy peasy lemon squeezy. I just assumed that, like a world boss like this, it was going to be a little bit more difficult, but if it's just a B rank, I guess that makes sense. That's it? Anticlimactic. Down goes Holyfield. A ranks give rewards. B ranks only give stuff if you have them as a mark. Oh, all right. I was like, it's a world mob. I was like, we'll get some stuffs out of it. A ranks have the scary red symbol next. Oh, all right. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Ah, good day to you, Marshamoa. This is my associate, Vance. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. Eh? I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. Mr. Ladd, short blued hair? No? He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. I was grumpy. Confound it! Someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. If this charlatan was here not long ago, he could not have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point in the south side of town, and I shall take the west. Well then shit, son. If I've got to do fates, then I'm gonna come and do this fate with you. Alright, bro. We get it. Oh, that's a moth. Oh, how did we fail? Ran out of time. Timed out. Womp womp. Oh, stop it. Buca libri! Search the surrounding for a male mistle with short blue hair. All right. We've located our quarry. Vance, any sign of him?
He went that way.
You have a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes good to escape. I do love Alphino's drug rug, though. It's very sporty, very stylish.
There you are. The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear, must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmoran's interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shia, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That's not who you are, quite possibly meaning we'd better hurry up and think of a new plan.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely
name dropping the goat.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
But I thank you for your kind
I feel
words
like he's here.
nonetheless.
If I close my eyes and listen to that
Let us
line
see
again,
to it
he's
that both
actually
these
here.
stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Wright then?
The music is just so pretty, man.
Is that? I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, they may need our help.
Don't suppose I can swim here, can I? Boo, can't swim? Come to that fate? All right. Ooh, it's a rook. Right? Is that a rook? The crown chess piece? Or the castle chess piece? Do I level sync? Holy shit. That was a lot of XP. 12 gemstones. Neato. Marvelous. Bloody marvelous. No, gonna keep going. That's a big old buffalo. All right, let's go get crabs, huh? In an ether current, it's a win-win. A weekend wretch. That sounds really nice. Mercy. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man is shivering. Pray, keep an eye on him while I go to get a fire going. Just cast some magic and poof, there's your fire. I thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? I'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristal, I was invited to Yulmore to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in the Lord Vothry city. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamned ocean. From up there? How were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me, luck I suppose. Though, if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment. Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Vothry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Yulmore, his word is law. My eyes are starting to kill me, though. Starting to bug out pretty good. And it's like, it's because I want to open the windows like as I can down in my studio, but the air is just riddled with friggin', you know, with pollen, and then with my fans going, it's just friggin' whipping it all around. I'm not doing myself any favors, but it's either that or not have any fresh air and it gets stuffy as all hell. The more I hear about Yulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its halls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first, we should convey Tristal to the shelter at the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. Away into the city? I accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulmore. Insofar as I'm able, at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to my stomach. But since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Yulmoran elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided. But I shan't stay long in this place, not with the city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and to a new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day. Well, he's a sweetheart. All right, yeah, no. My eyes are starting to freaking kill me, dude. And I just keep doing like that awkward blink, and I don't want to keep rubbing my eyes. So we're gonna wrap up now. I know it's a little bit early, but yeah, these things are friggin' getting to me. I gotta go drown them in some Visine in the hopes that and take my antihistamine pill for the sleeps tonight, man. But I mean, in my opinion, great first. Oh, wait a tick. Hang on. What's this? Oh, snap. Okay, so that's hunt, and then this one's got to be. Ether. Ether currents. Okay. Oh, Euless. And then this one is just for hunts, right? Oh no, that one's... Alright. Neato. Alright, we got them all. But yeah, so this is where we'll wrap up for our first night in ShadowBringers. Spectacular. The hunt quests were just back in... Okay. You know, no, not hunt quest. I'm sorry. I was thinking, like, Beastman tribe. Let's see, who's on, who's doing what? We got Scotty, we got Feb. One of those turns into a tribal quest, but they both give ether currents at first. All right, so perfect. Let's go and see. I mean, dude, let's go see Feb again, because he's still doing some Fire Emblem. Raid. Come do this fate that spawned right next real quick. All right. Hey, Grumpy, have a great night, man. Hold on, I gotta go do this fate. Holy shit, man. 291K for that? Gee willikers. Yo, Phil, thanks, big dog. Yeah, let me, I'm just gonna fast travel, even though I could probably just hoof it. That's the wrong button. We're not gonna hoof it. There we are. Imagine using a ticket. But yeah, so we'll turn things over to our good friend February Night 4. Former Zero Field team member, Trails fan extraordinaire, and now an avid Fire Emblem junkie. But Feb's great people, man, for sure. So if you guys haven't met him, I would highly encourage you, come on by, say hello, maybe drop him a follow. But thank you guys. Excellent first night in Shadowbringers, with plenty more to come, and just a quick 30 days until Trails Through Daybreak, man. So we're right there, fam. But thank you all so very, very much. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay excellent. Bye, guys.